if one secret from season 2 changed everything? In the next minute, I'll reveal it, and it's not what you think. I'm Sarah Sillers. Let's go.
Hi there and welcome back. I am your host, Sarah. And today we're actually going to be talking about unlocking what a Proverbs 31 woman is. Now, before you start to freak out, know that these are guidelines of what an ideal, wise woman of God looks like. Of course, we are all sinners and we're all going to fall short, but these should be encouraging guidelines and exact blueprint of what God has called us to be as women. So if you're a woman that just needs more direction and going, wow, I'd love to aspire to be these things, whether you're a man who's looking for a godly wife, or perhaps you're already a wife and you're a mother and you're so stressed and you're so burnt out and you just need a little bit of clarity, a little bit of guidance, please take these words as encouraging words straight from God, straight from the gospel, to encourage you to live a more fulfilled life. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, next is increasing the family wealth. And Proverbs talks a lot about the wise and wealth and how all of this goes hand in hand. Solomon, of course, was the wisest person that we have recorded that walked the earth, and God really blessed him with that. And he was able to steward his resources correctly. And now in Proverbs 31:16 through 18, it says she considers a field and buys it, and her trading is profitable. So she's investing, she's managing the family wealth. She's thinking about that generational legacy to leave, not just to her children, but her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren, because those are the things passed on that actually gives us so much joy knowing that a few generations down, they will exhibit those characters. And it may not just be in wealth and monetary, it might be in characteristics, it might be in how you show up for somebody and how you lead by example. And those are ways to extend it from there. So you really want to work smarter, not harder, and understand the resources that you have and understand how to multiply them and work together with your spouse. So husbands, look for a wife that is prudent with her money and understands what to do and how to invest it, and just vice versa, make sure you're looking for the same in a man as well. Next is number 7, and that is inner beauty, not just outer beauty. So in Proverbs 31:25, it says she is clothed in strength and dignity, and she can laugh at the days to come. That means she's not so focused on her outward appearance, that she's not foreseeing and anticipating what is ahead. And when she is completely rooted in Christ, it's a different kind of confidence. She carries herself differently. She knows what is true and what is untrue, and she's able to discern and be wise. And when you do that, you bring a different level of confidence to the table, and that actually draws in bad people as well, but it does draw in the good people because they know they can count on you, and then you're able to truly build off of something. Look for the strength and character of her and God. Don't just view her as a trophy wife. She is so much more than that. And if she's good looking, good for you. I'm really happy for you. But you also need to look at that inner beauty and see if she is clothed in dignity and strength, and if she gets her strength from Christ. And in fact, I actually have a course called Strength-Based Formula, and it's actually about being rooted in Christ and learning more about yourself and how to cultivate your strengths. I'll go ahead and link that below. I'm not sure if the link will be there in the description, but make sure and check that out. In summary, women, be graceful. Don't just rely on your looks. Make sure that you're the full package and that you have that fear of the Lord. Next is number 8, and that's speaking wisdom and kindness. And we are here to speak life into others, and it does touch on that earlier in Proverbs. But in Proverbs 31:26, as she speaks wisdom and faithful instruction on her tongue. So she's life-giving with her words. She's gentle, speaks the truth and with grace. She's looking for those teachable moments with her children, speaking truth and love into her husband. And husbands, know that iron sharpens iron, so you may not always like what she has to say. That's ego right there, and we have to check our pride. But know that women, if you speak it in truth and grace, then the response that you'll get from your husbands are going to be received so much better than if you speak harshly. And vice versa, men, you need to make sure and speak kindly to your wives. Or even if you're dating someone, this can also be applied, of course, if you are single and it's just general relationships. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. And back to us women, so when you're overwhelmed and you're just looking at like, well, what does this look like? Just pause, pray, and then speak. It does say in another part of Proverbs that a wise person holds their tongue, whereas a fool speaks immediately. Paraphrasing, and I will link that as well. able to speak life into others, that really exhibits God's character. Number 9 is balance without burnout. So what does that even look like? Well, let's go to the Bible. Proverbs 31:27 through 29, as she watches over her children, they call her blessed, and her husband does also. So we are designed differently than men, and God has designed us differently than men. And that is such a beautiful thing, because when we are in our femininity and we are able to receive and build and create and let that go and put that back out into the world, it's truly amazing when we're able to do that. Now, of course, we have to feel safe to do that. So husbands, make sure that you lead so she can thrive. I'll support her with anticipating her needs and stepping up for her. But women, you're wired for this. God specifically created you to be able to multitask and to balance. And it's so beautiful when we're able to anticipate and have forethought and plan ahead in order to do this properly. So if you are going, Sarah, I have 3 screaming children and I just don't know what to do with myself, trust me, I am not picking on you. I completely understand what it's like to have a house full of children. I was a foster mom, and then I was a stepmom to 4 kiddos, and they were all amazing and such a blessing. But it does get overwhelming. So when you are overwhelmed, take the time to rest and tag your partner in and say, hey, I need a 30-minute nap. Gosh, if you can spare 30 minutes. Or maybe it's just making sure that you protect your Sundays of the day of the Sabbath. And know that that is going to be your day of rest with your family. And it's okay to say no to other commitments, and it's okay to say no to community things or whatnot, because God is very specific. You're to put God first, and if you're married, then your husband, and then your children, and then your extended family, which is now your parents and your siblings, and then lastly is going to be your community, your body of believers. So make sure your priorities are correct with that. And it's okay to have confidence in that, to say yes or no depending on what's going on. So lastly is number 10, and it's actually being praised by your family, because you are so highly regarded and you do speak gently and you do all these other things that shows that you're rooted in Christ and you put God first, and then everything else falls into place. So Proverbs 31:28 and 29 says, her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband does also. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. So what a joy would it be for your family to adore you and support you because you're exhibiting godly character, because you're serving your family and your husband, but most importantly, God. And so with tying everything in together, this is truly the blueprint of what a Proverbs 31 woman looks like. And that's number 1, fearing of the Lord. And then you work hard, you love deep, you invest wisely, and you speak life into others. So women, go ahead and pick one of these things this week and apply it to your life. Just pick one, and then once you start getting a routine, then pick another one, and so forth. And there's going to be days that you're going to fall short, and that's okay. Just keep going and keep exhibiting those characteristics. Men, stop swiping. When you see a godly woman, or maybe you're already married to a godly woman, stop thinking the grass is greener and pour life into her and support her. In fact, in Proverbs 18:22, it says that if you find a wife, you receive favor from the Lord. And what that means is, if God has blessed you with a wife, take care of what you already have. Back to what we were saying, the grass isn't always greener. And also, if you're looking for a wife, understand the characteristics and step up as a man and be the Ephesians 5 husband for her, so she can feel safe enough to exhibit all these qualities. Now, an application, if you know a woman that is struggling, speak life into her. Drop off some coffee like we talked earlier, or maybe pick her children up from daycare. Whatever the case may be, you can help out so a woman can better thrive. Share wisdom, share encouraging words, be there for them, let them know that they're not alone. And that's how we can support each other as body of believers. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and comment below with maybe one of the things that you're struggling with that you're looking forward to incorporating into your week. Otherwise, share this with a fellow believer, with a woman who's looking to be a Proverbs 31 woman or wife. And men, I really hope you take this video to heart so you're able to pour life into your wife, or perhaps these are the qualities that you're looking to find in a godly woman. And so I'm encouraging you with all of these things. And thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Hit subscribe so you never miss a new episode. See you next time.